you drop it, it makes a lot of noise.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, tell me about it. That was loud. We're coming back at you with another video talking about our Rotopax. The mounting solution that we had the first time was kind of just a, hey, we need to hurry up and throw this on there type of situation because we're going down to Katimsi and I at least want to test the strength of the mount. However, with it mounted right here, as you saw in the other video and in the pictures, it was really blocking the tail light like a whole lot. And then on the way down to Katimsi, everybody that was driving behind us was like, hey bro, I can't see your brake light, your tail light on your right side at all. It was really, really bad. So now that I finally got a chance to kind of dive into this and try to find a solution, I've actually found one that works. Not only found one that works, but I'm actually happy with the way that it works and the fact that it worked out so well. So what I had to do, first off, pull the spare tire off because with the tire in the way, wasn't really able to get the mount in here the way that I wanted to. So it does sit very, very near to the license plate back here. But I feel as if it doesn't obstruct it too much and it's something that you can still see the license plate and hopefully I won't get a ticket for. So I've already done this side completely and it works. And I'm going to show you the other side just here in a second. But basically what I had to do is the front panel that's on the tire carrier here, it had to come off. And then you can see on the inside there are just these metal bars here, like kind of like supports. I had to cut this one bar off on this side and then take the panel and notch it out as well in order to be able to get the panel back on. I'm going to go through, I'm going to paint it, get it fixed up so that we don't have any rust issues or anything like that. But like I said, very happy with the fact that it actually went on. It feels solid. It holds the Rotopax out of the way. It doesn't get in the way or obstruct really anything too much. So yeah, here we go. We're going to do this other side now. You guys will get to see exactly what goes into it and I'll explain a little bit more while we do it. Okay, so like I said, we've got to make sure that the tire was off. That way we can get the mount actually around the bar. First thing I got to do, take a 5/32 Allen just to be able to undo these. They're kind of tight in there. We've had a few beach trips and they're kind of gummed up with sand and rust and they're just not in good shape. I need to go through and get this cleaned up and just kind of get this rust issue taken care of. And I think we're going to have sand on the Jeep until the day that the Jeep dies. I don't think that's ever going to go away. And so now you can see the little bar supports that are in here. Basically all I'm doing is I'm taking a Dremel. I'm just going to cut off this bar here to get it out of the way so that the roll bar mount can actually fit around here, because with this bar in the way, I'm just not able to get the bolts into the holes to get it mounted. It won't just clamp around this. I'll show you that in just a second. Okay, so what you're going to have to do is cut right here and here to be able to get this bar out. And then once you have that bar out, then we'll be able to go in and put that roll bar mount onto the roll bar itself. We'll also have to go in and notch out the plate itself, which is going to be covering this back up once that roll bar mount is on there.
Once you've removed that piece, you're going to go ahead and file down the edges. This will help prevent it from scratching or getting caught on anything. After that, you're going to go ahead and just do a little touch-up paint. Make sure you get that spot covered so you don't have any potential rust in the future, and then you'll be good to go. So one of the issues that we ran into on this side is that we did have to pull the license plate mount out on the right hand side. The license plate, unfortunately, it does sit further to the right, and then the mount itself did need to be pulled back some. So we went ahead and we did that. We were able to pull it back and we were able to test fit the roll bar mount. We were able to get it on there and figure out how to do it.
Alright, so as we showed you in the other video, the roll bar mount does come with a little rubber pad basically to be able to put in there. It helps keep it tight, make sure that it doesn't have any rotation, doesn't move around any. So we need to put it in there, kind of get it into place a little bit. I'm going to go drop pieces all over. Having an extra set of hands is nice. Not that I have extra hands, but providences are here. I kind of want to get this in the same position as it is on the other side, just to be able to, I'm kind of a little OCD like that. I don't want it to sit too high or too low and then the mounts are off and not sitting at the same level.
For this mod, we aren't going to show you guys how to actually assemble the mount. We did that in our first video, which we're going to be linking below. So this video is just a follow-up to that mod, showing you guys what you could do if you have the DV8 tire carrier and any concerns about where you could potentially mount one or two of these packs, regardless of what size it is that you're wanting to put on your actual Jeep. So we'll link that below. You guys can watch that video and check that out. That's where we first learned where we potentially could or could not put this mount at. And fortunately, with some advice from a couple different people, we were able to get some ideas of putting it here, cutting some of the things that we needed to get cut, and then testing out that solution. So
we want to make sure, as we found out in the first video, we don't want to tighten these down too much. The hardware that comes with it is not the strongest hardware. And we did snap a bolt in that video. I bought some extra hardware just in case we have an issue. But I did find that riding around at Katimsi, we had quite a few drop-offs and other things that I thought might cause some issues with the hardware.
Snagging on trees. That was our biggest concern. That was a concern that we had some people.
We just didn't want to rip the hardware off.
Yeah.
But it turns out it held up really well. We didn't have any issues. Nothing came loose. We didn't break any hardware. But you'll see in some other videos, we've got some repairs we need to make.
We played a little too hard at Katimsi.
So I noticed after I got the mount put on here, I forgot to change the orientation of the actual Rotopax mount itself so that the gas can will face the correct direction. Instead, it's going to be at a really weird angle, so I'm going to have to go in and change that real quick. Hopefully I'm able to get my wrench on the back side of all these nuts without having to remove the mount. I don't want to leave this piece off. You can see over there how there's the hole behind the mount itself. I don't want that hole there, and I'd rather put this piece back on than not. now we've notched out that plate and got it installed back on here. We painted it up as well, just make sure we didn't have any bare metal. We don't want anything to rust. So now that we've got that back on there, we're ready to go ahead and throw the Rotopax on. Or FuelpaX, should I say. Just give it a few turns. Alright. Now that that's into place, one of the things we noticed whenever we were going along and doing this the first time we put them both on was that the license plate, whenever it was up where our bracket is, it was pretty obscured on the 9. At this point, you can mostly see it. It's not really being covered up by anything. So what I did is I just removed the license plate from the license plate bracket that's on here. Has the third brake light and the license plate light on it. I just moved it down lower on the carrier. I zip tied on the bottom, and then one of the hex head bolts that actually holds that on, I removed the bolt, drilled through the license plate just to create a small hole, and then drilled into it. So it's not completely just zip tied on. There is actually a bolt holding it in place. But there we go, that is there. So now we're all finished with this. The only thing left to do is to throw the spare tire back onto the back of the carrier and get the carrier closed up and ready to go. So we're finished with this one. We appreciate you guys coming along for the ride, watching us get this thing fixed and figuring out exactly how it's best going to work. Please like, subscribe, share, all those fun things everybody always talks about. For this one, we're done, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
Bye!